Hi everyone and welcome back to Simple-ESL, and in today's lesson we're going to be learning about imperatives. That's the form we use to give commands, to make requests and to offer suggestions, and this is part of our Grammar Made Simple series. So this is the kind of language we use every day, like sit down, please wait here, try this one. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to recognize imperatives quickly, use them politely with words like please, and avoid common mistakes that learners often make. So let's get started. And we want to touch on what are imperatives. An imperative is a verb form we use to tell someone to do something. So it's the important rule here is that we use the base form of the verb. So the verb without to. So we can say stop. We don't say to stop. We say sit down, not to sit down. Imperatives are very common in everyday English, and we use them for a few main purposes. The first is commands. We can see this on the screen here. Sit, sit down, stop, listen to me. These are short and clear, and in some situations they can sound strong, so we use them carefully. The second is warnings. Warnings are when we tell someone to be careful or to avoid danger. For example, be careful or watch out. These are often used when something is happening right now and you want someone to react quickly. The third, directions. So to turn left, go straight ahead. These are used for something that's happening where you want to give, like, for example, a direction to a place. So perhaps on a street or on a map. So you can say turn, go. We can use it for instructions. An example of this, very common with recipes, manuals, or classroom tasks. For example, mix the ingredients, press the button. So if you're cooking or building something or following steps, you'll hear lots of imperatives. Let's look up a few simple examples. And our examples here: get up, be careful, give that to me, eat your breakfast. All of these start with the verb in the base form. So eat, give, get. So to summarize, imperatives are always in the base form and we use them for commands, warnings, directions, or instructions. Now, what are negative imperatives? A negative imperative is when you tell someone to do something, to not do something. So the opposite of telling them to do something, not to do something. We use do not or don't before the base verb. So the verb stays in the base form. We don't change that. So for example, we could say do not touch that instead of touch that. Don't eat too fast instead of eat fast. Don't sit there. The chair is broken. So we could say sit there would be the opposite. So notice we don't say don't touch, don't eat. So we say don't touch, don't eat. We don't say don't touches, don't eating. We always use the base form of the verb. So don't plus the base form of the verb. And what are its common uses? When would we use this? We could use it to give warnings. So don't run in the hall. This is about your safety and you want to avoid an accident. Stopping actions. Don't interrupt the teacher. This is used to stop a behavior that is happening or might happen soon. Now, let's take a look at subjects with imperatives. The most important thing here most imperatives do not have a subject. But sometimes we can use different things. So we could say a name, Philip, come here. So we can add the subject to make the instruction clearer. What other common ways can we add a subject? So the imperative itself doesn't have a subject, but we can make the command clearer. So the pronoun here, you, stay there. Sometimes you can use you to give a stronger instruction or contrast. This often means other people can move, but you must stay there. How about we use a noun? Everybody sit down. This makes a clear instruction for the whole group to sit down. So some examples. Someone opened the window. Here the speaker doesn't care who opens the window, just that someone opens it. Just any person. Have fun, Anne. This is still an imperative, but it's more likely a friendly wish or instruction. We add Anne to show who it is for. So a quick tip, we add a subject to a verb and it stays in its base form. So everyone sit down, not everyone sits down. Imperatives don't usually have a subject, but we can add a name, a pronoun, or a noun if we want to be extra clear. And we're going to take a look at polite requests with imperatives. Imperatives are great for giving instructions, but one problem is that a command can sound rude. For example, if you say, close the door, it sounds strong, maybe unfriendly, depending on the situation. So we could use polite words to soften the request. We could say, please. So please close the door. This is the easiest way to do this. It sounds polite and clear. Or you can put please at the end. Sit down, please. This is also polite and very common in everyday English. So adding please before or after. Please close the door. Sit down, please. We could use just, and we could use this before the verb. So we can use just before the verb. It makes it sound smaller and less demanding. So if I need a bit more time to think, I could say, just give me a minute, please. Here, just means only a short amount of time. It's not a big request. This is useful when you want to sound calm and friendly and not too direct. Do before the verb. So finally, we can use do before the base form of the verb for a polite or slightly formal request. So instead of saying come in, you could say do come in. This is common in polite invitations, especially in more formal situations. It's a bit old-fashioned, to be honest. But it can also sound welcoming. For example, please come in. So please come in, do come in. Both sound really welcoming. And you can make suggestions using let's. So when we say let's, we're suggesting an activity that includes the speaker and another person. So it's like you're saying you and I, or we should do this. So it's sunny today. Let's go out. Here I'm suggesting an idea for all of us, not just you. We could say it's cold outside. Let's not go out. This negative suggestion shows something we don't want to do. We load up our next bit. How do we form the suggestions using let's? So a positive suggestion, we have let's plus the base form of the verb. Let's go to the park. Notice we use the base form of the verb. It's go, not going. And we don't use to go. So let's go to the park. For negative, we will add let's not, then the base form of the verb. So let's not be late. So we keep let's, add not, and use the base form of the verb. And let's move on to a little bit of a gap fill activity to practice this. So remember, imperatives use the base form of the verb. Complete the sentences with the correct imperative form. So we have Be quiet. The imperative of be is be. Really simple. Be quiet. So not touch the stove. It's hot. So what are we asking? Well, it's a command. So do not or don't touch the stove. It's hot. Let's try our next one. What would change here? If we're using turn, it stays the same. We don't change it. The verb to turn stays in the base form. Turn left at the next street. Final one here. One of our last ones. Give me your book. Do we change anything? Give me your book, please. Okay? So give me your book, please. Notice how please makes it sound more polite. And final one here. Not be late. Do not be late for class. This is a really simple exercise, but hopefully it makes it clear we do not change the verb. It stays in its base form. And if we're going to use a negative, we add do not or don't. It's a really simple exercise, and hopefully that's helped. We're going to do some rewriting here of sentences. I'm going to give you some commands. I want you to write as polite requests. So remember, these can sound very direct as imperatives. We want to make them polite. How can we make them sound softer? Close the door. What could we say? We could say, please, at the beginning or end. Could you close the door, please? Or close the door, please. Help me with my bags. We could use please. We could say, could you help me with my bags, please? Please, could you help me with my bags? So using could you, can you, would you softens the structure. Bring me a coffee. Once again, how can we make this polite? We could say, please bring me a coffee. Could you bring me a coffee? Can you bring me a coffee? So can you bring me a coffee, please? Wait outside. Say, do wait outside. Can you wait outside? Please wait outside. Could you wait outside, please? Come to my office now. We could say, what could we say to make this polite? We could keep the meaning, make it sound less harsh by saying, could you come to my office now, please? If you want to sound even more polite, could you come to my office when you have a moment, please? So the key idea is the same action, but a polite request. Use the polite voice. Add please at the end or the beginning of your sentence. And you can change the sentence to could you or can you for a request. And we're going to create some of your own sentences. On this slide, you're going to see some prompts. For each one, I want you to write your own suggestions. So you're going to give your friend some advice. So if you're giving your friend some advice, you could say, a simple piece of advice you could give is take a break and get some sleep. Warn someone about danger. You could say, we want it to be strong. It's a strong imperative. So we could say, watch out, the floor is wet. So we're making sure that they know there's a danger of warning. Request something politely. For request, you could use could you, can you, plus please. Could you help me with this, please? Try to make a suggestion for a weekend activity. So we can use let's go to the park for this weekend. Let's go to the cinema. So create your own sentence there, making a suggestion. And tell someone to stop doing something. Use a negative imperative here. don't do this. So we say don't talk during the film. So I've given you some examples. I want you to take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and write your own sentences with each prompt. Try to use different verbs and different situations and compare your answers with the examples I've just given. And we're going to wrap up with a little bit of a summary. So today we have learned about imperatives. Imperatives are used in the base form of the verb. For example, sit down, listen, turn left. These are used for four main reasons: commands, warnings, directions, and instructions. We also learned how to use negative imperatives with don't and do not. And we used please and do to make imperatives sound more polite. So please close that door. Do think about subscribing if you want to get access to more lessons. If you'd like money off tutoring, money off worksheets, do go to allmylinks.com/simple-ESL21 and think about signing up to our Patreon page. At the moment, we are still running our offer where you can get up to 3 months access for free to our Patreon content. That's content including all of our courses, worksheets, everything we have to offer on our Patreon you can access for 3 months. Use the code that you can find in the description. Hopefully you have found this Grammar Made Simple lesson simple but also clear and helpful. If you want to have more access to more materials, scan the QR code at the end of today's lesson and we will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.